The opinions expressed in this show are the views of the host and not necessarily that of WTRW, 94.3 The Talker, or the Bold Gold Media Group.
The following presentation is paid for by Century 21 Jack Ruddy Real Estate, who is solely responsible for its content. Portions transcribed.
All Century 21 real estate offices are independently owned and operated.
This is the Real Estate Roundtable with Century 21 Jack Ruddy Real Estate. Good morning. I'm Jackie Ruddy, broker, and with my husband, fellow realtor, Pat Devaney.
Good morning, Jackie.
Good morning. How are you?
No, how are you?
How are you?
I'm doing well.
Wonderful. Thank you. We have with us for the second week in a row, attorney Kevin Grebus from Colbert and Grebus.
Good morning, Jackie, and thanks so much for having me back.
Thanks for returning with us. That means you like us?
I do.
All right. We're here every Saturday.
A lot of fun.
Yes, good. We're having a great discussion with you. Thank you for your time. We know it's valuable. We're here every Saturday at 11 a.m., Sunday at 11:30 a.m., discussing everything real estate. We have an exceptional real estate office with many relentless realtors who've been guiding, assisting, and advising clients in real estate matters for over 50 years.
During the week, feel free to email us with any questions you have at questions@jruddy.com. That's questions at jruddy.com, or you can give us a call at 570-344-6724. And when you go to jruddy.com, click on the webcam tab and get a live view of Dunmore Corners and see what's going on 24 hours a day.
View our listings, search the MLS listings, and listen to archive radio shows by going to mobile-friendly jruddy.com, jruddy.com. We're also, all the popular podcast apps are featured, and you can check out the podcast if you don't get to hear a show. Also, check us out on social media. We're pretty much everywhere. Okay, attorney Kevin Grebus with Colbert and Grebus. Who are you? Where do you do it from? And what do you do?
Absolutely. So I am a certified elder law attorney. My partner, Brenda Colbert, and I work from our offices on Montage Mountain Road in Moosic. And we also have an office in Kingston, so we serve Luzerne County from there as well. Brenda and I, for the last, 21 years or so, have done nothing but elder law. We specialize in areas of the law that affect those over 55 generally, like planning their estates, making sure they have powers of attorney, healthcare directives, wills in place. We also handle estate administration. So when somebody passes away, we help the family deal with probate and inheritance tax returns. We do special needs planning. But the thing that really sets us apart is our focus on long-term care planning, helping people protect their home and their life savings from future nursing home expenses, or if their loved one is experiencing a nursing home placement now, we help them protect their assets as well.
Ideally, you'd like to have this discussion before one enters a long-term care facility, correct?
That is correct, but that doesn't always happen.
No, it doesn't always shake out that way. So let's talk about, there are non-exempt resources, assets. There are exempt resources. Tell me all about that, please.
Yeah, absolutely. So first of all, I think we talked last week about the fact that nursing homes are expensive. And, most
$150,000 a year.
That's right. On average, $150,000 a year. And so the challenge is trying to figure out a way to pay for that without going broke, right? Most people think that Medicare will pay. Medicare will pay for a little while, but not for as long as you think. So the idea is to qualify for another program known as medical assistance. This program is also sometimes called Medicaid. Medical assistance has very strict financial eligibility rules. So most people are not going to be eligible right up front. And so where you're asking me about exempt resources and non-exempt resources, that's what people have to report to the state when they're trying to become eligible for medical assistance to pay for their nursing home care. So they have to tell the state about everything they own, and their assets are then going to be divided into those two categories, exempt or non-exempt. Now, the exempt resources are the items that a person can keep and still get medical assistance to help pay for their care. Many people are surprised to learn that the primary residence is actually an exempt resource if you express an intent to go back there. However, after the medical assistance recipient dies, if you haven't done proper planning, the state's going to come in and put a lien against your home. So the home is protected up front, but it could certainly be at risk in the future.
Unless
you plan in advance by maybe placing your home in trust, maybe setting up a life estate, or adding a joint owner to your deed. Those are the ways that people can make sure that their home is not going to be put at risk in the future.
within transfer of the ownership or half of the ownership transfer within, it has to be 5 years or more.
That's correct. The eligibility rules for medical assistance say gifts within 5 years of application affect your eligibility. But if you've made a gift outside the 5-year window, it has no impact on your eligibility. So that's the idea.
It could be 4.5 years and then it would be impacted the full amount, or is it broken down?
So that's a great question. So how it would work in most cases is if we're, let's say, 4.5 years through a 5-year look-back period, the individual has to commit to paying privately for their care for the remainder of that look-back period, whether it be 6 months or a year. Once we cross that 5-year threshold, everything that's gifted is now protected. So they would just have to wait and pay privately for a little while.
For a little while,
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
But there are other exempt resources too, other than the home. So
Right.
the home is exempt, the contents are exempt, one car regardless of value, also burial plots, and you can have an irrevocable burial account in a reasonable amount. Those are exempt. But then nearly everything else is countable. The countable assets would be cash at home, cash in the bank, stocks, bonds, mutual funds, even the cash value on life insurance, the value of your second car, if you have a second home. All of those items are countable.
What about IRAs? Did you mention that?
Yeah, IRAs are countable too if you are the applicant for medical assistance. If your spouse is the one going in a nursing home, your own IRA is exempt. You get to keep it.
Unless...
But think of it this way. Most of us who are married, we name our spouses as the beneficiary, right?
Okay.
So if my spouse enters a nursing home, I can keep my IRA, but I should remove my spouse as the beneficiary, because if I die first, I would not want all that money in my IRA to then go to my spouse and become susceptible to her long-term care needs.
Lots to think about.
Absolutely. And of those countable resources we talked about, like the money in the bank and the life insurance, for a person applying for medical assistance, they have to spend that down all the way to either $8,000 or $2,400.
Wow.
Think about that.
So I worked my whole life. I saved everything and I worked it up and then boom, it's gone.
It could be without planning or without speaking to an expert when you're in crisis, because there's always planning options that are available, even after someone goes into a nursing home.
So the spend down has to be to what you own is worth $8,000?
To the point where your countable resources are depleted all the way down for most people to $8,000.
I think most people have a problem with like giving unless they have a trust, but like giving things away to that degree.
Right, having to spend it down. I mean, think about it. If you had a couple $100,000 and you had to spend that money all the way down to $8,000 before the state will pay for your care, that's a considerable spend down for most people. But again, with proper planning in advance, you can protect nearly everything for some people. And in a crisis, you can still protect assets even after someone enters a nursing home, but you need to get expert advice in order to do that.
Yeah, well, how many times have you seen or heard of someone in that situation and they've received bad advice?
Unfortunately, all too often. And that's one of the reasons why my partner Brenda Colbert and I like to get out into the community and educate people as to what the true rules are. And that's why, I really thank you, Jackie, for giving me this forum to share this information, because we're trying to dispel some of these myths that surround this very complex area of the law.
Well, it's very scary. So where do you go?
We do at our law firm, once a month, we do a seminar open to the public, free. We alternate between Lackawanna County and Luzerne County. We also do a lot of events at support groups and different agencies, assisted living facilities, nursing homes. We do like to get out in the community. We're always willing to do that during either business hours or even after hours to help get the word out.
Okay, so if there's a couple that owns a home and the wife has to go to the nursing home, say, so is the house completely, as long as the husband
Is alive, right?
It doesn't pass away?
Yeah, so what we can do in a situation like that, so let's say in your example, you have a husband and wife, the wife enters a nursing home, so we need to protect assets for the husband, we need to qualify her for medical assistance right away. So certain assets are exempt, the house, the contents, the car. We could transfer those things over to the husband without penalty. The husband can also keep his own IRA as well, but all of their joint assets, their marital assets, are countable. The money in the bank, their CDs, their stocks, their mutual funds, etc. And the general rule is the healthy spouse, in this case the husband, is permitted to keep 50% of the countable resources. But there is a cap on that 50%, and that's set by federal medical assistance law. That cap is currently $148,620. So no matter how much money this couple has, the largest protected share a community spouse can have is capped at $148,620. So let's say we have a couple that has a house, a car, and $500,000 in the bank. Well, the house and the car are exempt, so the healthy spouse will keep those. But of that $500,000 in the bank, the healthy spouse is going to only be entitled to keep $148,620, not truly half. And the remaining amount, which is over $351,000, is now exposed to pay for the ill spouse's care. And something has to be done to try to protect that money. Now, without planning, that couple is going to have to spend that entire amount down to $8,000 before the ill spouse qualifies. But if we get involved, we can protect a significant amount of that money, and sometimes even 100% of that money for the healthy spouse.
Can they gift it to their children?
At that point, gifting it to the children would create ineligibility. So the way we protect assets at that time in a crisis is by taking that extra money that's at risk to pay for the ill spouse's care and converting it into something exempt that the healthy spouse can keep. And that would be an income stream. The healthy spouse is allowed to have an income stream in any amount. So if we buy an annuity, a very special type of annuity with that extra money, that will allow the ill spouse to become eligible right away, and we can protect significantly more for the healthy spouse.
This is why someone needs to meet with you, sit down with you, if they have some considerable assets. They don't have to be rich, but a house and more than one car and IRAs and all of that. They really do need to try to protect.
Absolutely. We work with people of all asset levels, and the themes are the same. Everybody wants to protect what they have for themselves and then to pass on to their family. And we always offer a free initial consultation. So I always say people have everything to gain and nothing to lose by coming in to meet with Brenda or myself, where we can really look at their situation and give them some real solid advice on how to meet their goals and protect their assets.
All right. I got a question I bet you everybody's asking. Is this expensive?
So here's the thing. Remember, it's a free initial consultation. And at the end of that consultation, we will quote a fee, a flat fee, for the work that we do. Our flat fee varies depending on what we're doing. But clients or potential clients never have to wonder what the fee is going to be. We don't bill hourly. They're not going to get a bill in the mail and say, oh, I didn't realize I was getting into this. We tell them at the end of that initial meeting what our fee is, and then that could be part of their decision-making process, whether they wish to move forward.
We do have people in the real estate world that think that every time they talk to their attorney, they're going to get billed. So they call us. And they call us regarding some of these questions. There's no way a realtor, a broker, a real estate broker can answer some of these things. They look to us for advice because they usually can get us on the phone, and we don't charge
and then there's
an
people
hourly
who
fee.
just give out bad information,
Right.
like you were saying. They
Sell it to everybody for $1 and you'll be fine.
Yeah. There's know-it-alls who know nothing and get you in big trouble.
Yeah, that's right. You have to be careful, and that's really illustrates the reason why people need to seek out expert advice. The field of law is becoming very segmented, and there really are specialties. The day of a general practitioner that does everything, that's fading. Things are becoming more complex, and people really do need to meet with an expert in order to get the best possible advice.
Right. Do you do real estate?
I do not.
Right. See, that's the difference. So you do elder law. You're a certified elder law attorney, and so is your partner.
That's correct.
Okay. You do estate planning, estate administration, special needs planning.
Yes.
I'm sure you're seeing a lot more of that these days.
Absolutely. We have many clients who have children who have special needs or may be disabled, and they want to be able to provide an inheritance to those children. They don't want to disinherit them, and there are ways they can do that with appropriate planning. Sometimes there's also a person who's receiving disability benefits who receives a large settlement, and they want to maintain their public benefits in that sense as well. So there are many different options that we can put in place to help them preserve their public benefits and also have an inheritance as well.
Attorney Kevin Grievous from Colbert and Grievous. How does someone get in touch with you, please?
Sure. They can call us at the office at 570-299-7909, or they can certainly visit our website, which is elderlawnepa.com.
Thank you. Pat?
Yes, we have a beautiful 4-bedroom, 2-bath home at 309 West Grove Street in Taylor for $279,000. This is a charming home. It sits on a 60 by 140 lot. It's got a long concrete driveway leading to a large, modern 2-car garage with a loft that could be finished and used as an office, a living area, or a play area. It also has beautiful front and rear covered porches. There's a patio in the back. The home has an open floor plan. It's got a large eat-in kitchen, first floor laundry, along with a remodeled bath, and the master bedroom is massive. And this home is just waiting for your personal touch. That's a 4-bedroom, 2-bath home at 309 West Grove Street in Taylor for $279,000, and that's listed by Nicole Clark of our office.
Oh, thank you, Pat. And we'd like to thank our sponsor this weekend, Eric Green's Outdoor Cleaning. Looking to power wash your outdoor space? Look no further than Green's Outdoor Cleaning. Their expert team specializes in power washing, gutter cleaning.
Cleaning. I love gutter cleaning. For someone else to do it because I'm not getting up on the ladders. There we go.
How about window cleaning?
No,
Do you do windows?
No, thank you.
No? Okay.
No, thank you.
Eric Green's Outdoor Cleaning will leave your home looking spotless. Whether you're preparing for a special event or just need a seasonal refresh, they are there to help. With competitive pricing and exceptional customer service, Green's Outdoor Cleaning is the perfect choice for all your outdoor cleaning needs. Contact Green's Outdoor Cleaning today to schedule your appointment and let them transform your space. Call 570-483-8855 or visit greensoutdoorcleaning.com. Okay. Homes in Pennsylvania are selling quickly. We know that, right?
Oh, yeah.
All right. In fact, 7 Pennsylvania areas made Stacker's list of 50 metros where homes are selling the fastest, and this is based on Redfin data. 4 of those cities were ranked in the top 10. That's impressive, right, Pat?
Mm-hmm.
The list highlights York, Reading, Lancaster. I have to say it Lancaster. It's not correct, but that's the way I say it. Harrisburg, Allentown, Scranton, and Montgomery County as seeing quick home sales. Number 1, who do you think is number 1 out of all those I just mentioned?
Scranton.
No, I wish it was. It was York. Number 2 is Reading. 3 is Harrisburg. Also ranked in the top 10, Evansville, Indiana, Seattle, Washington, Cincinnati, Ohio, Grand Rapids, Michigan, and Wichita, Kansas. Allentown was ranked 23. Scranton, 32.
Well, that's not bad.
Montgomery County was 36. So that's great, right?
Yes.
So many in the top 50. I'm impressed. Stay with the Real Estate Roundtable with Century 21 Jack Ready Real Estate on 94.3 FM. The Talker will be back after a very brief break. In your past real estate experiences, did you find most agents were mediocre? At Century 21 Jack Ready Real Estate, we defy mediocrity by being relentless. Don't settle for average. Contact the Relentless at Century 21 Jack Ready Real Estate. We have an excellent track record of serving the community for 50 plus years. Call 570-344-6724 or visit jruddy.com. That's jruddy.com. We are back with more Real Estate Roundtable with Century 21 Jack Ruddy Real Estate on 94.3 FM. The Talker. I'm Jackie Ruddy, broker, and with Pat Devaney, fellow realtor.
Getting educated today.
This is really
This is deep, good stuff.
heavy-duty stuff
that
everybody needs to think about. Everybody. I don't think...
And
well,
now is the
most
time
people.
to do something. Don't wait.
All right. We're back with Kevin Grebus, attorney Kevin Grebus from Colbert and Grebus, having a great discussion with you. And so...
They focus on elder law.
One of very few attorneys in Pennsylvania. You're certified.
Yes.
Less than 70 in the state, correct?
That is correct.
All right. Estate planning, estate administration, and special needs planning. And I think the whole theme to last week and this week's show is pre-plan. You know, do something before something bad happens. And a lot of people sometimes don't have the opportunity to do that. Life happens. And in a split second, life is turned upside down. You're there, though, at whatever time. You'd ideally like it beforehand, pre-plan, get everything in place. But for those people that find themselves in a situation, you can also help them through that as well.
We certainly can. Pre-planning or crisis planning, we do have options to help anyone no matter where they are.
All right, let's talk about the instrument that's available while someone's living, a power of attorney situation. As that's something that is unique to certain people, or can everybody do it?
I highly recommend that if you're over age 18, you should have a power of attorney. There really are three important estate planning documents that everyone should have, no matter how old they are, how young they are, or what their estate is comprised of. And that would be the financial power of attorney, the healthcare power of attorney, and the last will and testament.
That means as a power of attorney, I could sign for someone else?
That's right. That means you can make substitute decisions, handle finances for someone else.
Okay.
So that would be the financial power of attorney. People appoint an agent. They should choose someone that they trust, obviously, because this person has a great deal of authority to manage your affairs. It's also important to always choose a successor agent, a backup. So if I choose my spouse as my power of attorney, and then my spouse passes away, and if at that time I'm no longer competent to sign legal documents, I'm in trouble unless I've named a successor in that document. So it's so important to name a backup in that power of attorney to take over if the primary agent cannot serve. It's also important to consider giving a whole host of different grants of authority to that person you're choosing as your agent. Powers of attorney are not all created equal. And in my world of elder law, we really look to have special language in the power of attorney that would authorize your agent to protect assets for you from long-term care if you became ill and went into a nursing home. This language really needs to focus on gifting. You need to give your agent the power to take something that you own and give it away. Now, there's always going to be consequences to gifting. There's the 5-year look back, there's the resulting ineligibility period, but nevertheless, gifting is key to protecting assets. So it's important to give your agent that authority. There's some other very important grants of authority as well, dealing with changing beneficiary designations and managing money, etc. But gifting is so vital in the context of protecting assets.
I've seen very simple power of attorneys and very specific power of attorneys. And a lot of times there's a power of attorney that instrument that's in place that doesn't authorize the sale of assets, specifically real estate.
That's true. And some powers of attorney are very general in nature and they don't get into a lot of detail. And unfortunately, they may not give the agent the authority, or the attorney, in fact, the agent, the authority to sell real estate, to make gifts, to help qualify someone for public benefits. So this is all special language that needs to be incorporated into the document to make sure you are giving your agent all the authority that they're going to need to truly help you in the future.
Okay. And did you mention a living will?
Yes. So the other very important document is the healthcare power of attorney, which can also contain a living will. So the healthcare power of attorney is the document where you choose to appoint someone to make medical decisions for you whenever you lack the capacity to make them for yourself. So this person can do things like admit you to the hospital, authorize surgery, talk to your doctor, access your medical files so they can make informed medical decisions. But they can also make end-of-life decisions for you as well, based on your wishes as expressed in that document. So that's so important as well, because you want to give your family some guidance, right? So they're not trying to figure out in a crisis what types of treatment you would want or not want to have administered to you. So very important to have a healthcare power of attorney. And especially, if I may just jump in about one other item here, we're in the summer. A lot of kids are going away to college. They might be 18 years of age. It's important for them to sign a healthcare power of attorney so their parents will be able to access their medical information if they have an emergency while they're away at school.
Excellent advice. All right. Okay. Attorney Kevin Griebus from Colbert and Griebus. How does someone get in touch with you, please?
Sure. They can call us at 570-299-7909, or they can certainly visit us online at elderlawnepa.com. And of course, we have two offices, 210 Montage Mountain Road in Moosic and 250 Pierce Street in Kingston.
How many people do you, in your practice, do you see at 18 years or in their 20s or in their 30s? Are you primarily dealing with older people?
I am. I'm primarily dealing with people in their 50s and older. I'm near 50 myself, so I shouldn't say that's old. It's not. But I would say 55 and older would probably be most of my clients. But there are people as young as 18 who come in to sign powers of attorney, maybe appointing their parents to help them if they need some assistance at some point.
Right. Okay. And Patrick will be going off to school, so this is a great advice for us.
Yeah, he'll be
right?
18 in a couple of months.
Yeah. So
good.
Something we're
I
going to
guess we'll be seeing you.
Yeah. Okay. Layers of planning. That's what this is about. It's not just one and done. There are many facets and layers to all of this.
That's right. Everyone's story is different. Everybody has, their set of goals. And, we customize plans to meet our clients' goals.
All right. Once again, elder law, certified elder law attorney, estate planning, estate administration, special needs planning. Those are the services that you and your partner provide.
That is correct.
And you do workshops and seminars.
We do workshops and seminars every single month. We do community presentations all the time. And, again, I also want to thank you for really helping us get the word out to your audience as well.
Right. Well, a lot of times in real estate, we're faced with a lot of these questions. We always point people in the direction of the professional that has the expertise in this area. I mean, we have a working knowledge of some of this, but we couldn't ever advise anybody regarding any of this. But this is stuff that we come across multiple times a day, week, month, year.
Right, and they'd rather ask us because we don't charge by the hour.
Nor do you.
Nor do I.
Nor do you. Okay.
Free initial consultation. Absolutely.
And then a flat fee.
Yes, we and our firm bill flat fees. And at the end of that free initial consultation, we'll tell a client, we'll have gathered enough information to know what sort of plan we need to put in place. And we'll be able to tell that potential client exactly what our fee would be to implement the plan that we've recommended.
I love that. That's wonderful. And people can digest that a lot better than if they were to call you and be charged every phone call, every email, so on and so forth.
Absolutely.
All right. Attorney Kevin Griebus, thank you so much for coming in for 2 weeks in a row. We appreciate you and your time.
Oh, thank you very much for having me, Jackie. I really appreciate it.
All right. How does someone get in touch with you?
They can give us a call at 570-299-7909 or visit us online at elderlawnepa.com.
Thank you. Pat?
If you're an investor looking to live in a home and have the rent pay the mortgage, we might have what you're looking for. We have a 2-unit, a side-by-side double at 434-436 Higgins Street in Forest City for only $120,000. This home has 2 3-bedroom apartments. Both are rented, one with a long-term tenant. Taxes are only $2,900 a year, and the tenants pay for the water, electric, and the heating. That's a 2-unit side-by-side duplex at 434-436 Higgins Street in Forest City for $120,000, and that's listed by Amanda Rudis of our office.
Don't forget to tune in and join us next Saturday at 11 a.m. and Sunday at 11:30 a.m. for more Real Estate Roundtable with Century 21 Jack Ruddy Real Estate on 94.3 FM The Talker. Our guest this week, their company's name is The Perfect Storm. So just imagine what we'll be talking about next week.
Perfect storm.
The Perfect Storm. Yeah.
I don't like that. I think of Hurricane Sandy. It scares me.
All right. No, it's actually good stuff.
Okay.
All right. Have a great week.